Hey, Alex, thanks for being here, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Awesome stuff. So, I think we're like 10 weeks into the pandemic and lockdown and the business shutdown. So, how you doing?
Hanging in there like every other American. Just trying to stay positive and keep the motivation throwing. It's only going to be temporary. So
yeah, and it is temporary. And I think we're slowly. Are you seeing any indication that we're getting back to or on movement to back to quote unquote normal, whatever that means anymore?
There's a little more traffic on the road nowadays because a lot of things are opening now with the yellow phase. But I think a lot more people are getting out more and doing some things that they still can do with social distancing. So that's good. They're not just going to be stuck at home and wallowing and
that's not going to help anybody.
No.
I mean, there's just so many things I want to talk to you about today. First and foremost, you came on my radar as we talked off camera 2 years ago, and it was just an incredible amount of social media follows, especially on Twitter. And as I started doing my deep dive and so forth, you were an early adopter of Twitter in a big way. Bigger than, from what I can tell, any other individual in Pittsburgh or southwestern PA in that era.
Wow, yeah.
I can't find anyone that had a bigger following. And I want to talk a little bit about how that happened, because it sounds like it happened organically for you.
Yes. Twitter, when that came out, it was new. I mean, we just had MySpace. Which was classic. I actually never deleted my MySpace, but it deletes itself. I wish I had some of those photos just to look back on, because that was like before Facebook.
Yeah, that's our early 2000s.
Yeah. And then Twitter came out, and no one really knew what it was, because it was just words. That's all it was. And I got on it and just started saying your thoughts, and this was way before, obviously, social media took off. Now everyone has a thought and opinion on everything, but
you don't say.
Back then, Twitter was where you would go to get the news first, get everything first. Someone drove by an accident, they're tweeting, hey, there's an accident on Route 19 right here, so you would get everything there first before.
Right.
So that was pretty cool, and I guess, just being on it, I think, 2009, I think, I looked back, 2009 I got on, and just positivity, just posting my thoughts, and organically, people picked up and started retweeting it, and it started to grow.
Has it always been, going back to the inception of Twitter, was it always 140 characters? Have they changed that?
No.
Was there, in the beginning, were you able to do all the linking and all that in the beginning?
I don't believe so, and I don't believe you could really post pictures back then.
Okay.
I think you could have, obviously, a profile picture, but I don't think I could post a picture and a sentence back then because of the characters.
Okay.
The content. But now you can post pictures, videos, everything now.
Were you always a technology buff? Did you always, obviously you grew up in Richland, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So was computers always something that you dug or not?
I did, because, you got to figure, I grew up with the cell phone changing. Back from the flip razor phone that everybody wanted.
Yes. That
I looked at now as more as a not a phone for me.
It's coming back, right? I mean, isn't there like flip smartphones now?
It is, yeah. But then I got into BlackBerry because I had the keyboard.
Right on.
And I was like, I can text faster. And then that Sidekick came out.
Sidekick, oh my God, T-Mobile had that, right?
Yeah, that I could go on the internet.
Yeah, that's right.
So I switched to T-Mobile to have the Sidekick to be able to go on the internet.
I remember that.
And then, I stayed with BlackBerry, and then iPhone came out, and I was like, I'm never going to get an iPhone. No one understands that. And now I live and die by it. I mean, everything I have is Apple. So,
well, it's funny. My first reaction, thinking back then, was after I couldn't get my BlackBerry up because touchscreen. I'm never going to be a type on a touchscreen.
I wanted that one, but I never got it.
Yeah. There was a BlackBerry at the end that had a touchscreen, right?
Yeah, you actually pushed it in though. It was not just like the touch. You actually had to push in.
It was different.
I said it wasn't bad, but I'm like, no, I need the buttons. Yeah,
and then that went away though. I don't know. I think the first couple Android
early
phones,
2000. Yeah.
So you went to Apple right away. I went to Google. I had that Google. What the heck? G1, the thing that slid out like.
I think I had one of those, like the Windows phone.
I had a Windows phone too. That lasted about a week.
Yeah, I couldn't understand it. I said, it's like a computer. You have to exit out and everything. It's still, I'm like, take me back to BlackBerry. But I had all of them. The Curve.
Okay.
I think the Pebble.
The Pebble.
Wow, what else are there? The bigger one. I loved it. It was just so high tech, and that's what everyone had back then was the BlackBerry.
Yeah.
And BlackBerry Messenger. You could only message people that had BlackBerry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. There wasn't much cross-platforming going on there at all.
No.
Now, there was Twitter on those devices, though, right?
Yes. It was just basically like you sending a text message. Like, that's all you saw.
Okay.
You couldn't really see retweets and likes and stuff. You could just send a text, we'll say, and it went on. But if you're on a desktop computer, you could see everything. Because I had to wait till I got home. Like, oh, that got... Wow, 50 retweets. But I didn't know all day because you couldn't see it on the phones back then.
Got it. But you started on MySpace. That was your first social media platform.
Well, AOL Instant Messenger was my first.
AOL. Oh, my God, yeah. Okay. Did you go to Twitter before finally going to Facebook? Or did you reach Facebook later?
I think I reached Facebook later.
Okay.
Because when Facebook came out, it was, just for colleges and then only people in your college.
Right.
And then it started to expand to everybody in college.
Right.
And then now to the world. And I'm like, okay, now everyone's on it. And it's here. It's not that niche now. But I just stayed with Twitter because Twitter was really big back then because you could have an opinion on it. Facebook, I say Twitter... You say stuff on Twitter that you wouldn't say on Facebook because you have friends and family on your Facebook. So,
is that how it works?
That's the difference because people are like, what's the difference between Facebook and Twitter? I'm like, that's the difference.
So that's how it works. Okay,
you would tweet something that you wanted. Yep, that's the thing. You got your mom, your dad on there. You're not gonna post something.
Yeah. So you're trying to say Facebook was geared more toward the older folks. Because it is. The demographic has to be.
I don't think it was geared towards that. I just think it was a more calmer realm back then. It was. And it still is. It still is, besides a lot of rants and things and ads and just everything.
Yeah.
I go to my homepage, I'm like, all right, I'm done with that. Like, it's just too much.
Let me ask you this. There was something. I thought MySpace was wonderful, but I think MySpace killed themselves because they allowed too much customization. You could put...
Well, that was what's great about it. You basically had your own website.
But the bandwidth wasn't fast enough to deliver it all.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
You could put music on. You could have your top 8. That was a whole issue back then.
Yeah.
If you weren't in the top 8.
Yeah, true. That was a little bit of a social snafu.
Yep. And then they made it so you could do 12 and 16 now.
I remember.
But it was just cool because you had your own website. So I guess it helped me because I'm building something now. I'm not building a MySpace. I'm building a personal website that anyone can go to.
Yeah.
And now it just transformed. Like Twitter is not a website. You have to actually go to twitter.com and, search a name. But, you have a picture, a bio, and then, all your tweets. And then now Facebook is more website-wise because you can just do so much on Facebook.
Well, they want so much of your background. They give you the opportunity to enter so much about you. Yeah, and I for business folks, I find it wonderful for running any kind of business or something like this show.
Yeah.
But it's not as streamlined.
No.
I mean, Twitter is definitely the meats and bones, and you just get at it and just go.
I said it. It's there. I go on Facebook. So-and-so left this job and started here. Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Just too many updates on not irrelevant things, but just...
Oh, there's a lot of irrelevancy on there.
There is, but, just things that like, okay, you started working here in 2008. Like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
Just because you finally updated your information and,
It's so, and there's still a lot of quirky things about the platform, but it's certainly, they're the behemoth. In regards to Twitter, talk a little bit about the changes, if there have been any, on the platform that obviously the enabling you to post a photo was one of them.
Correct,
right?
Yeah. Just the photos and videos now. I'm not sure if you had hashtags back then.
I don't know the history of the hashtag.
Don't know.
Okay.
But Twitter, it's a voice for the people, is what I would say, because you can say stuff. It's not filtered. Like, you can't say things on Facebook. Like, they'll get deleted. You'll get banned from Facebook or in Facebook jail, I guess. I mean, I've never been in it.
I haven't either, but I've worried that I'm going to be.
It's a thing. If so many people, report you.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen on Twitter.
Well, Twitter's the Wild West, right?
That's what it's for.
I mean...
That's what it's for, to just go out there. That's why you see all these, the celebrities, athletes, journalists, everyone just saying their mind on there and not worrying about, this is going to get taken down. I'm going to get banned from Twitter. That's what it's for, is to speak your mind.
Okay.
Which is my opinion,
Is that always healthy?
It depends on who's speaking their mind. I use my platforms to just put out there what I want to put out there.
Okay.
You know, a lot of positivity,
Yep.
stuff to make you think.
Right.
Life quotes, life hacks is, you know, what I call them.
Yeah.
And now it just, everyone's doing it, and they're like, oh, you're trying to be like so-and-so. I'm like, if you go look on my Twitter, if you want to scroll all the way back, I've been posting the same kind of way
Yeah.
that, you know, these people now that have millions of followers are doing. And I'm like, I've been doing that.
Right.
And I'm like, I actually said that years ago. And now it sounds familiar, but it's good. I mean, it's a great platform to have. You know, business-wise, not really, because no one's really going to business to check. Besides, like, you know, like the big companies like Burger King,
Right.
stuff like that, Chick-fil-A, they have Twitters, and, you know, they're posting a lot of stuff, but you're not going to go to a mom-and-pop Twitter page to try to find out their hours or anything. You go to Facebook to do that.
Right.
Because you can write your reviews, you can do all that on Facebook. You can't do any of that on Twitter. It's just the basics. It's 140 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you want, move on.
Are there add-on apps that enable you to write more than 140?
No. I mean, I could write a tweet that's 140 characters, and then I can click on my tweet that I wrote and start a thread.
Okay.
So you can read the whole thread, but it's 140, 140, 140, 140.
Huh. So they're maintaining the rigidity there.
But no one's going to keep scrolling to read thread. That's why I like it, because like my Instagram now, my Instagram, it's 140 characters or less. So you have to be really good with your words to accomplish what you want to. I mean, sometimes I use just the letter U instead of YOU because it takes too much out, and
Got it.
the and symbol instead of and number 2 instead of, you know, TOO. So
Right.
it's just so much playing with that because it's only 140 characters.
We talked off camera a little bit about how it was like yours just took off, and you were being followed by I guess the word celebrity is tossed around a lot, but certainly people of significant interest and quote unquote celebrity and athletes and so forth. Give me a couple of names early on that when you first saw it, like, holy shit, why the hell's he following me for?
Probably early on, one of the first ones that I can remember that was, you know, really impressive to me was Talib Kweli. And a lot of people don't know who he is because he went sort of underground rap now, but he had a song called Just to Get By that used to be my alarm clock on my on my phone. So, you know, Just to Get By, and like Jay-Z referenced him in some songs.
Right.
He wished he was lyrically Talib Kweli. Like, he's a decent name.
Right.
With like the Lauryn Hills, the Roots.
Got it.
So that he followed me, and I was like, wow, this was my alarm clock for years and years and years, and now he's actually following me. And actually, I met him. He did a benefit concert in Pittsburgh at the convention center. And I saw he posted it, and I hit him up. I said, oh, thanks for inviting me. He's like, come down. So I actually came down, was backstage with him, saw Just to Get By perform live.
Right on.
My cell phone actually died, and I had to ask the security guy. I said, give me your phone. I'm recording this. And I texted it to myself, so I had it. But, you know, just different opportunities, because you have no idea the reach that something you think is very simple could have.
Yeah, no question.
No idea. That's the fun about it every day.
You mentioned too off camera that there was I guess it was a modeling contest on Twitter.
Yep.
And you won that.
Yes.
And
so that was for a clothing line called Aku, which is T.I.'s clothing line. It stands for King of Oneself. So I got flown out to New York. I think it was a weekend for the weekend to take some shoots for the website and clothes, and I also got to take some of the clothes back, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Met T.I. and got to see New York, and it was nice. It was a good time.
Yeah, I bet.
It was a good time.
And that was that had to seem a little surreal too.
It did.
It's just a social platform which you adopted and just dove into it.
Yeah.
And
just it's everyone that follows you, like, hey, you should do this. You should do this. And I'm like, sure. You know, throw your name in there, just because they follow you, and however you are. I'd like to be the same person I am online that I am offline. I know some people aren't. But if people that are following you for years, they sort of know how you are. So then they'll reach out and be like, hey, I was thinking about you for this. They don't even know you. But they've just been seeing how you do it. And then they're like, oh, sure. Yeah, you know, I'll throw my name in that hat and see what happens. Why not?
You don't speak very often. Like, no audio clips or very little video
Yes.
on your social media. That's Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
And Facebook, for that matter.
Yep.
So it was odd when you came in today. I'm like, so that's what his voice sounds like. And I find it amazing you grew those platforms so big without using video and or audio, because that's what everybody immediately goes to.
Correct, yeah.
Especially in business. I mean, we're told, I'm in real estate, we're told you need to connect. I get it to a degree.
I get it.
But for personal branding, it's a little different. You took the other route.
I took the other route indirectly. I'm the person that if it's not comfortable for me to do, I'm not going to do it. So like talking to you is comfortable for me. There's not a camera in my face. I'm not just holding my cell phone, walking down the street, taking a video of me walking somewhere. So to me, that's not really relatable. And back with Twitter, so I'd rather write a tweet and post a tweet on my Instagram page. Now you can share that.
Right.
You're not going to really share a video of me talking, even though I could be dropping mad knowledge. You're more likely to share just a post and keep it moving. So that's just what I do. And now I realize that I really don't talk on my pages, and I'm like, I have to keep it that way, because it's when I do talk, people are like, oh, what is he going to say? This is some big news. So
it could be some opportunity.
Yeah,
there, for sure. And we talked off camera the power of social media. You made a couple posts about all of us kind of living in pandemic, and you happen to harmlessly use the word depression.
Yes.
Just to talk about what we're all going through in a very general way. And of course, all these people reach out to you, family and so forth. So it's that had to show you not only the power of words, but the power of the platform, right?
Exactly. I mean, everyone reached out. People that you haven't seen since high school that you're Facebook friends with, just happen to see the post.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to clarify, I was trying to portray some positivity through this time period. And my mindset is we are all struggling with some form of depression.
Right.
None of our lives are perfect. There's things we would change. So that was the main point. And then the other point was everyone's trying to be successful at some endeavor that they're trying to do. And if you take out the first point, you would accomplish that. So it's trying to deal with the first point in order to get to wherever you want to be was what I was thinking in my head. The way I worded it maybe didn't come out the right way, but it got the job done. A lot of people reached out, and a lot of people also reached out and saying that they struggle, with depression and things like that too. So it was good that I was that honest indirectly.
Right.
I'm about it to show light to other people, because everyone looked, they're struggling with that too. Wow. So I thought I was the only one. And you're putting a face to. I hate to say the word cause, but you're putting a face to it now. So you're like, oh, wow, they do that too. So I got to keep going as well,
Talk a little bit, it's a little esoteric, but if you can talk a little bit about your thoughts on the benefits, and there are a lot, of what social media has done for society.
Yes. I mean, that's a deep question. I don't even know, do the benefits outweigh everything now?
That's probably another good conversation.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For me personally,
it's been co-opted with a lot of negativity.
It is, but it's also what you want to get out of it. Some people are like, why do you post a gym every day? Why do you post this? Because that's my page, and that's what I want to portray to the world, and that's what I want to get out of it. If you just want to post pictures of the city, that's what you want to portray. I'm a photographer. I do this. I'm an artist. I do this. So, but then you're also in a bubble, though. So now your page is just, that's just a traveling page. They just travel and eat food places. They just do that. So I like to post whatever I like.
Right.
So you can't put me in a box. A lot of people would say, oh, he just writes quotes. No, I don't. I use quotes as fillers because I don't have someone following me around with a camera every day taking photos and having a bunch of content. And then I used to post a lot of photos, but then it just got too taxing. It's like, what am I going to do today? All right, I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go to the pool. I got to ask someone to try to take a photo. They have to try to take a good one.
It's almost like a job.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just love to do it, but it's like I need content. I haven't posted in 3 days. I need a picture. I need a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sunny outside. Let's go outside. It's less. No. So now I just I'll write something and I'll throw a quote out there, and I'll move on. Now I'm more relaxed about whatever next picture I will get or post.
Do you cognitively think about? It's been 3 days I haven't posted. It's not a job, but per se, are you aware of how you have to manage it?
I'm aware of how you have to manage it, because if I don't post for a week, everything drops.
Okay.
People are forgetting about you.
Right.
You're lower on the search feeds. So it's just basically staying up high.
Right.
So I'll post on my story all day, because you have to choose to look at my story. But if you post on a story on Facebook or Instagram, you're at the top. You're first.
Talk to me about the story platform for both of those. It's for Instagram and Facebook, because I'm not real clear on how they work. So you can educate me.
So the way I use the stories and I look. So if we're friends on any platform, and I'm just posting 10 photos on my physical page, and you're scrolling through your homepage and all you see 10, you're like, that's a lot, I'm gonna unfollow them. But I could post those same post on my story.
Okay.
So your story is, go post 100 things on your story today. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But on your physical page, one a day is good.
Got it.
You don't need to keep posting all day, so I just scroll and I can't even see anybody else's post, because it's just all you. So that's why I use the story, is to stay relevant, because if I post a story right now, so-and-so posted a story 1 minute ago. You're at the top.
Got it.
You're at the top. You're at the top. You keep staying at the top of people's list.
Does the content in the story have a time limit associated?
24 hours.
And it's gone.
Gone. I mean, I could post it right now, and I could delete it because I don't like it. But the story, you can see who views it.
Okay.
You can see who shares it. You can't see who shares it, but you can see shares, website clicks, all those, just, good information.
Okay.
And then, you can go from that and use it how you want.
And that's the same on Instagram and Facebook, because they're owned by the same company.
Yep,
Facebook
it's the
owns
same.
them both.
So, like, if I post a tag, I don't know, you're at Kennywood, you can see how many people click on the tag to see where that is or what is it.
Got it.
So it's just good like that. On your page, you may or may not see it if I post it on my page.
Okay, so there's no benefit on posting the same content on the page and in the story simultaneously.
Well, I do. So if I post on my physical page, I will share that to my story.
Okay.
Because your story normally gets a lot more views than your page.
Got it.
So now you maybe go, new post.
Okay.
Click. And then now you may go to my physical page and see it.
Okay.
But you can just see whatever I post on my physical page if I choose to share it to my story. I'm not sure if you can do that on Facebook or not.
Okay.
I don't think you can.
You can't?
Well, no.
Okay.
Never really tried.
Okay. Yeah, you're not a big Facebook guy, right?
No.
To the point of benefits to society, if you had to say the number one benefit that you see that social media has provided for all of us, what would you say it is? That's what social media has provided.
The first thing that popped in my head was saying we're more connected, but I can also say that we're more disconnected as well.
Mm-hmm. In real life.
In real life. I don't really know what a benefit would be for society as a whole for social media. That's a hard question.
It is a hard question. We bounced around on prior shows here, and I will tell you that I keep coming back to this really crazy quote. And the quote is, the beautiful thing about social media is it is leveled the playing field and giving a voice to everybody.
Correct, yeah.
And the worst thing about social media is it's leveled the playing field and given a voice to everybody.
That's good, yep.
Because
everybody has a voice.
And there are people out there that you don't want to say they don't deserve a voice. That's ridiculous. You should have a voice, but they're not choosing to use it in a constructive fashion.
Exactly.
So,
yep.
And that goes down to the human experience.
That's really good. Yeah, I mean, you got the trolls out there. You got people that comment. I mean, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, they do it. I mean, you don't have to follow.
You manage that well, though. Yeah, you just completely ignore.
No, you don't have to follow me.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, change the channel.
You would think that's the easy way. I mean, scrolling is almost. I put a comment out a week ago. I said, scrolling is kind of the vaccine of Facebook.
Yeah.
If you want a vaccine to get rid of the problem of negativity, just keep scrolling. You don't have to ingest it all.
No, you don't. And you choose to follow me. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, you keep saying negative things and doing that. Now, if I block you, right? Mm-hmm. You know I blocked you. Mm-hmm. So now who has the power? You think you have the power because you got to me that I had to block you.
Got it.
And what's going to stop you from making another profile with a different picture that's not even you?
Right.
I mean, so it's if you want to see it, see it. You know, all my pages are public.
Yeah.
So anyone
Mine are
can
too.
go see it. Anyone can go Google and go see it.
Right.
Anybody.
Right.
Because there's nothing to hide.
That's how it's always been what I thought too. I mean, every post I've ever posted has always been public. I've never well, this one's going to go out to all my friends except these people. Like, who has the time of day to do that?
And then it's like,
Really,
I've
really?
went back and forth though. Like I've gone back and forth from being private and not. But if you're private, and the way I use it, you're closing yourself off to opportunities you don't even know.
Right.
Because now you can't share a post.
Got it.
You can't do anything really. Only the people that can see your post are the people that are following you.
Okay.
And when I want to follow somebody, I go to their page and that looks cool. It looks like I follow them. If I go to your page and says click to follow, I don't even know if I would like to follow you because I have no idea what your content is yet.
Right. Yeah.
So,
if they're begging for the follow, it's usually a numbers game they're only interested in.
Exactly.
Right. Not content.
I understand some people that need to be private, or like I said, it's all how you use social media. Me personally, it would not benefit me to be private at all. I probably wouldn't be on this show if I was private.
Right.
So
Right.
you don't know what opportunities you're closing yourself off to.
Talk a little bit about the negativity of social media. I know we could probably go on for 3 hours, but what you said the big one, which is disconnected from each other.
Yes.
I mean, I have a son 19 and a daughter 17, so I watched them getting their first phones probably 6 years ago. And I watched the group of their friends sit in the living room all texting each other, not having a conversation.
Yep.
And it was, I won't use the word horrifying, Alex, but it was really unsettling for me.
Yeah.
And they thought it was normal.
It is normal. For today's society, just like, me not being able to go outside was a punishment. Mm-hmm. Now, you not having your phone is a punishment. Well, how am I going to connect with people? How can I talk to people? I can't. I have no one even knows I'm alive right now if I don't have my phone. But that's how it is now. But what I see is, with the back to your question, it's more or less we're getting an insight of, like I said, I really don't like to use the word celebrity, but we'll just say it, celebrities' lives and or people that have money. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing it inside to their life, how they live. And now we think that's how we need to live. So now everyone is sort of posting the same kind of way because that's what they see them doing.
No, I get that. And we talked off camera about that too.
As much as I've seen. It's
our young are very impressionable.
Yeah.
But not just our young. I mean, right? I mean,
everybody
adults
is.
are.
I've been there too. I mean, you're taking a video in your house and you're, you got some cool drinks out and you're like, oh, that's how they're living. I need to get that drink. And they're not even doing promotion for that drink. It's just in their house and you think that's
background.
That's what makes you. Yeah. Even though that drink, that bottle was maybe $5,000.
Yeah.
But now you just want to get that bottle because I saw it in the background of one of their stories.
Yeah.
I made it. It's like, no, you didn't make it.
I think that's always been around the society. I can, being older than you, I can remember the 80s and people had to have Rolex watches at young ages. They had to have whatever the kind of suits or the kind of shoes. There's always just trinkets.
Yeah. But back then it was more hidden.
It was.
So now it's just
out
there, especially now with the quarantine. Everyone's filming what they're doing at home or everything now, so you can see their house. Like, oh, that's your garage? Wow. Okay, man. Like,
is the quarantine going to make changes in maybe? I mean, I was hoping that the quarantine may de-emphasize materialism a little bit.
No,
you don't think that's going to happen?
The quarantine has made the people that were working the 9-to-5 jobs that weren't on their phone and not on social media, now they're on social media. And they act like it's the greatest thing ever. They never knew about it. So now social media is just flooded.
Okay.
To the point where I don't even want to get on sometimes because you got to figure everyone's normally working or doing something. They're not on social media now. So we're all sitting there like, where'd all you guys come from? We've been here. Like, where? Oh, I guess we got to find a new place to go drink now, like because this bar got too busy. That's like how it is now with social media because everyone is on it.
Yeah.
Just like with these Zoom calls and it's just like too much right now. But I understand there's nothing else to do. Everyone's Netflixed out. Everyone's watched everything they can do, done all their home improvements. There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
But see what other people are doing.
Yeah, we're so fascinated by what others are doing. We're so fascinated. And I think that there's always been a certain portion of the population, random portion of the population, that was nosy where it was nosy. They'd want to know what their neighbors are doing, and they always were keeping up with the Joneses, or they wanted to make sure that they weren't missing out on anything.
Yep.
Those people are always there.
Always there.
Yeah. But there just seems to be either there's more of them now, or they're just more visible through social media. Would you agree?
I believe, it's just more visible now. You know, you can follow your friends, your neighbors, and just be, I call it a ghost follower, and just see what they're doing. Like, oh, they just took a trip again. That's nice. You know, like, we didn't see these things before.
Yeah, why does it matter? They're like, I guess, I don't know. And I don't think that I'm different at all. I just think I'm wired in a way that I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what anyone's doing. Oh. I don't care what anybody thinks
some of
me.
The things are interesting to me. Cool.
Oh,
good for you.
Oh, yeah. There's no envy in me.
No.
And because the envy and the greed, I think, is what. Don't laugh, but I think envy and greed are two of the biggest components that keep social media thriving, because people are generally lusting after what they perceive someone else's circumstance or material things are.
Perceive. What I said earlier, everybody uses social media the way they want to be perceived.
Yes.
If I just post XYZ, that's how you think I'm living my life.
Right.
You don't even know that car was rented. That's your car. Like, they don't know. But if you keep posting, that's how you want to portray. But that's not even how your life maybe is. Maybe it is. I don't know. But
there's probably a ton of that, though.
Exactly.
I mean, the reality in raising young children and seeing their friends and watching this over the past 6 or 7 years, the influencer thing. We talked off camera a little bit about that too. The influencer thing. We may disagree. I'm not afraid to call it a lie, because I just think it's infinitesimally small, the opportunity that someone can really make a lifetime career out of it. So to me, it's a lie. Is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible. But the odds of that, the odds of me going and play professional baseball next year at 54 years old are infinitesimally small.
Exactly.
Right? So I just, the influencer thing is almost comical to me.
Yeah, I believe everyone is an influencer. Everybody has followers, and they're following you for a reason, because they're influenced by you.
Okay.
The route that I think you're more talking about is products and or things like that. Just because you have 1 million followers, I'll pay you this money to say you drink this.
Right.
To me, that just if I genuinely like it and you reach out to me, that's different. Mm-hmm. But people are posting content to try to get, I guess, these sponsorships or get noticed. Yeah. Like, they eat Chick-fil-A every day. They post it every single day. Chick-fil-A does not need you to tell the world that you're eating Chick-fil-A, even if you have 10 million followers. Like, they're good.
Right.
So, but people think they can do that because other companies are paying XYZ.
Yeah.
And then I see people jump from, they were with this company, now they're this company because they make the same thing, but it's different. It's like, oh, okay. You don't do that anymore? No, I had a falling out. It's like, okay, you just jump in. Just like what they do, with Sprint, with Jarrett.
Very much so.
I mean,
yes, the
he went to
Hear
Sprint.
Me Now guy.
Yeah.
Verizon to Sprint.
Yeah. I said that was a great market move by them, but it's like, how much did you have to pay him?
And was he worth it? I guess he was worth it from the campaign. But what a payday, huh?
It's like, so you don't use that cell phone anymore? You can go over here now? Maybe I'm going to switch now because Jarrett's not over
There's
here.
no brand loyalty. I saw it. I saw it in music. I saw the guitar business. There's like 6 big guitar companies, and there is probably 50 relevant guitarists in the rock world, and they'd all just keep switching companies. Mm-hmm. They'd had a 3-year stint with a company A. No. Then the company B would pay them a little more, and they'd go over and design a whole new thing, which is the latest and greatest, and the only guitar I'd use, right? Yep. It was just, you want to think that consumers can see the nonsense, but obviously they either see it and accept it, and they don't care, or...
Because whatever individual is just jumping ship to go to other ones, they're highly influenced by that person.
Yeah.
They want to be that person, want to do their life, so they're going to follow them. But then you got the other people that sort of be like, wait a minute, this is like the third... what's the difference between this guitar and that one?
Right.
I bought both.
Yeah.
They both...
Because I like the artist.
They do what I need. Do I really need to go to this one that's $300 more?
Yeah, it's and I watched that happen for a good 15 years, so I get it, and that's applicable probably to many different many different things. Tennis shoes, NBA players, and branded tennis shoes that they're playing with, and the endorsement deals and all that stuff. And I'm a capitalist. I don't begrudge the money at all. I just think it's a little disingenuous to be bragging about how these products are so superior when 3 years ago you were using the same thing with a different firm, and the verbiage is just and that verbiage goes back to where I think that influencer thing comes from, where is Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, is the likes or the follows, is that now a type of currency?
Yeah, it is. To some people it is. You know, just with like YouTube too, views, things like that. You're getting paid on views. I don't really think you're getting paid on likes. Maybe. I mean, if you're getting a lot, but you're getting more sponsorships because of your likes and because of your comments. You will. But necessarily just, I got 1 million likes today. I still have $0 in my bank account. I didn't get anything from it. Like, it's just a number on a screen. That's it.
I think there's that cartoon South Park. I think back in 09 or 010 or 10, they put an episode out where they're making fun of the fact that these YouTube stars from the 2000s were monetizing their likes, and there wasn't any money. So the joke was 10 years ago they were laughing about that now. And now and there's still a delusion out there. Would you not agree?
I mean, there's money to be made. From social media and using your platforms. Me personally, I'm just not going to, just because you want to give me X amount of dollars, if I genuinely don't support it, because these people listen to me for a reason. And now you're talking about my integrity now. So
authenticity.
Yes. I can't get behind something that, even if the price is right, if I don't genuinely feel that I can benefit from this product, or, drink this protein shake. It doesn't really taste good, but you're paying me this much, and then you just see the image of how I look. He drinks that. I'm gonna drink that and look like him.
Yeah, and you know that goes on.
And I was that kid. I'd go to GNC and see these ads. I'm like, he's big. I'm gonna buy that one.
We all do.
We all work.
We all do. That's the genius of advertising. We've been being sold our whole life. And now it's funny because I had a young lady on who was in the advertising business, and she said it point blank, the advertising agencies are completely upside down now. Half of them are either out of business, they don't know what to do, because the traditional channels are gone now. You're really putting money and efforts behind unknown influencers, certain ones, and it's a gamble. But their argument is it's cheaper than traditional channels.
It is. You don't have to really pay for advertising nowadays. If you get the right person to post something, there's your advertising. Post it to their 1 million people, there's your advertising. How much do you have to pay to reach 1 million people? The old way. So times have changed. But you said that you're basically giving no names money and hoping it works out.
Product placement's always been around, though, right? I remember in the 2000s, there was a company, a hat company or a T-shirt company called Von Dutch.
Oh yeah, I had one. I
did too. and they wrote this. There was I think one of their owners had an inroads to celebrities, and he was able to give all this free swag out and convince some of these celebrities to wear the stuff, and got the photos and on the web, earlier on the web, made a thing of it. Didn't last. You find those things in Walmart like 3 years later. Right?
I think I still got an Ed Hardy shirt.
Ed Hardy.
That I paid too much for.
Perfect example. They ended up in the bargain racks too, which I guess is pretty symptomatic of clothing in general. Your Calvin Kleins and Ralph Lauren, they generally are able to hold that prestige, and Versace and so forth. But but there's been a lot of fly-by-night. So product placement's always been around.
It's been around.
It's just different now, right?
Different. Because now, back then, you're like, I got free clothes. Yeah, I'll wear it.
Yeah,
I love it. I wear it anyways. But now it's like, well, what are you going to give me to wear this? And when I go out to Kennywood, because I'm going to be wearing it, a lot of people are going to see it. So now let's just change.
It's
now.
A game. It's such a game. Let's do just a slight curve for you and go back a ways. You're a Pittsburgh, born and raised, right?
Correct.
You grew up in Richland. Is that right? Pine Richland School District.
Yep.
Athletics, we talked about that.
Yep, all the way up.
All the way up.
Yeah.
Is it everything? Did you play everything?
Just football, basketball, and track were my main sports in high school. So,
okay.
Yeah.
and you played. He's so shy. This guy is so humble. But I'm going to get it out of him. You played arena football. You had a brief stint in the CFL.
Correct.
So talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been all over with football. Played a little Geneva College, a little for the BC Lions out in Vancouver, the Erie River Rats. I last finished out with the Pittsburgh Colts here in Pittsburgh, semi-pro team. Just had a couple injuries and didn't have the love for it anymore. But truly loved the game back then, and always thought that you had a shot to try to make it somewhere. And it was just a different time back then. Like I said, even with social media now, we didn't have it in high school. And now I see these high school kids that have been professional films done of their highlight tapes.
It's insane.
All
sports, baseball, same
all
thing.
Sports. And I'm like, if we had this back then, obviously we all say that from each generation.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a different time. Then it's just you got some game film, but it's not cut together with music and just all your highlights. The coach had to sit there and watch.
It's like almost a sales presentation, right?
They're doing all these. I mean, a lot of them look really good. Really good.
You could tell it was professionally done. There's no question.
Right.
And it's, but again, it's so. And I'm okay with embracing the technology, but at that age, it feels greasy to me.
I mean, we just played, and we just had fun. Like I grew up with the same people. We really didn't have too many people move into our district. So the pictures that you see from middle school football are the same that are the seniors playing.
Right.
So we all knew each other. We knew
sure.
where they were going to be. Especially like basketball. I have one friend. I've played with him maybe a couple years ago.
Right.
Haven't played together since high school.
Okay.
And we were on the same team. Everyone's like, how do you know where each person's going to be? I'm like, I've played with him for like 15 years. Like I know what he does. I know probably where he's going to be. And just things you can't teach nowadays because the sports nowadays are more individualized just because of, we'll say, social media too as well, because I'm marketing myself. Well, I'm not marketing you.
It's more me instead of more team.
Look at me in my workout. Look at me in my trainer. Look at me doing this and this and this. It's me marketing myself on my platform to grow.
You think coaching's tougher now because of that?
Yeah, I mean, what happened with the Steelers with the cell phone incident in the locker room. Don't go on Facebook Live, things like that. So
that's happened at the pro level.
Yeah, I mean, how do you even regulate that? So imagine at high school, middle school. Everyone has a cell phone now. Middle school kids have a cell phone. They have social media. And
to circle back around though on that subject before I forget, that's a great point you brought up. We are in more of a me. Social media and self-promotion has created more of a me environment. Would you not agree? So
yes.
When you played and when I played sports many years back, the concept of team was not easy generally not easy to adopt. I mean, that was a mandate from your coaching staff, and and it was for the team. I'd imagine that's probably changed a lot now. And these coaches have to really, I mean, that's got to be a struggle.
I mean, they know a lot of the stuff the coaches could say to me and you when we played, they can't say now. Because they have the fear of being recorded. They have the fear of being portrayed.
Okay.
In a different way. I'm not,
have it twisted too.
Twisted. I mean, not saying they're doing anything wrong, when we grew up, but everything's under a microscope now. Everything's under a microscope. Maybe some coaches swore in high school and stuff. Like everything's under a microscope, and then it takes one person to have an issue with it, and a coach loses his job. And it's like, that's how I grew up.
Are you glad that the level of social media wasn't around when you were growing up? Because I can tell you I am. The shit we did in the late 70s and the 80s, I am so glad social media wasn't around. I mean, I'm not joking about it. I'm telling you now.
I see the benefits of it. I think it's taking away from athletics in general.
Okay.
It's making it more of a production.
No question.
Everything's a production. So you really focused on whatever craft it is, football, basketball, whatever it is. Are you really focused on it, or are you more about the production and how you're portrayed? Because now there's footage of me at practice. There's footage of me out. There's footage of me doing anything now.
Right.
So I have to be more aware. Back then, we didn't have to be aware. We could just do whatever we did, and the only video you had of us was on game day.
Right on.
So, I mean, I guess so, yeah, because we were just more focused. I'm not taking anything away from this generation, but it's, every generation is going to say something was different. I do see the benefit of these kids marketing themselves to colleges, and things like that now, and they can show more of their personality and how they truly are. Especially,
really,
they can if they choose to.
Is it real? I mean,
we don't know. But,
right.
you know, if you go into the league, like they're looking at everything to see what kind of person you are.
Okay.
So now you can have a 5-year. They can just pull it up and look.
Right.
So if your story hasn't changed in 5 years,
got it.
It might be a good fit for our team. He seems like a good guy, family guy, does this and that, goes to church, does, you know. You can portray that. It may be true, maybe not, but I'm more likely to draft you to my team than someone that I can't really find.
There's more to go on.
There's more to go on. Yeah. I mean, obviously they dig, you know, asking friends, family, everybody, but whatever you portray, that's why you see all these athletes' accounts. Like some of their agents, like, you shouldn't have posted that. Like, we just lost so many endorsements, so many things just because of you said something that was true. But you also have to realize you have a platform now.
Right.
And you're also getting money for something, and you just went the complete opposite direction of whatever it was.
When you see an athlete do something questionable on social media, you know, it's easy for the armchair quarterback to say back, well, you know, he's just a dumb athlete.
Yeah.
It's that's just too simplified. The athletes aren't dumb. The athletes are caught up in the moment, which all of us would be having that wealth thrown on us. We would make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
There's no question.
No question.
But the mistakes are harder to walk back from today than they were in our generations.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
Yeah, they're like a tweet is there forever. You know, I mean, even if you look at not even athletes, like I think it was Kevin Hart said a tweet years ago, like 10 years ago, and it affected him today.
Right.
But it's
all
like
comedians.
It's 10 years ago.
Yeah. And that's a good conversation.
You know,
it's like Eddie Murphy is one of the funniest men on the planet, but the Eddie Murphy that I remember,
the Raw, the Delirious, all that. Yeah.
I grew up with that.
Yeah.
You know, and the homosexual community, the gay community, and the pride movement in this country, you know, deplores what he said 30 years ago, and I understand.
Yep.
I get it. But are we going to excoriate him now because of that 30 years ago? I mean, it's a really interesting, and it's not, and I guess it's on a case by case basis too,
yeah.
right?
It is, but it's just, you know, we're not going to go see his movies now. Like, you knew that he said XYZ 30 years ago.
Right.
Nothing changed.
Right.
From that statement.
Right.
I mean, obviously people change. It's 30 years. I would hope.
Well, we progressed as a society too. You know, that's all positive stuff.
But it's
we can't go back and you can't rewrite history, I guess is my point.
No, like I watched like the whole like Kevin Hart debacle, and I'm just like, Dave Chappelle went on. He's like, he was taken way out of context, and people don't realize that we are comedians, and if you don't like what we say, you don't buy tickets to our show.
Yeah.
If you don't like what I post, you don't have to follow me.
Right.
So, I mean, and he's not even like that, because he said, he's like, no, I have a lot of gay friends, and like, it was just a joke. I mean, it might not have been well tasteful. When he said it,
so what though? Isn't a comedian? If you pay a ticket to go see a comedian, are there really any fucking rules? I mean,
no,
there shouldn't be.
If you're going to sit in the front row, they might talk about you and your date. And you're going to get up and leave because you're upset about that?
Okay, so I've had local comedians on, and I've had Terry Jones on, I've had T. Robe, I've had these guys on, and wonderful shows. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch them, friends. And T. Robe and Terry both have a little different viewpoint. Terry is really a little more sensitive to content. He really doesn't. He'll offend.
Yeah.
I mean, being offended is ridiculous, anyways. But he'll offend, but he doesn't really. But he's a little more sensitive to it. Where I think T. Robe is like, look, I'm here. You paid the money. Yeah. If it's funny, and I find it funny, and I think it's going to go over because that's what I do, I'm going to say it. Yeah. So, but is there anything wrong with that though? I mean, I guess my point is, why are there rules in comedy? There wasn't 30, 40, 50 years ago.
I don't even think there are rules in comedy now.
You don't think?
It's just what you say is being taken out of context now and amplified.
What about the whole cancel movement? Like you're a comedian, you say something that is offensive to a certain group of people, they want to cancel. They want to ruin your career. They want to take you out.
Well, that's just because of how the society is now. It's not. It's like an unwritten rule.
Okay.
We'll say you can say it.
There's consequences.
It might go, get under the rug and not too many people. But if that one person, I just listen to this. What is this? Let me post that.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with this? then it's then
all
you're
perception. Yeah, you're right.
It's all perception, but to me, it's the same thing. Like, I really don't like classical music, so I'm not going to go pay to go to a classical music show to sit there and be like, this is horrible.
Yeah, you don't enjoy it.
Why am I even here?
Right.
Even though I'm the one that paid the money to go see it.
Right.
It's because if you don't want to go, don't go.
Right.
I mean, there's some comedians that I would pay to see. There's some I won't because I don't like their content.
Right.
I'm not saying they're bad comedians. I just don't like their content.
It doesn't do anything for you.
It's not for me.
Right.
So I wouldn't go see them.
Right.
I mean, yeah, if you want to go, I might go, but I'm not going to be like, oh, man, I can't wait to tell everyone how he said that. Like,
yeah.
It's just jokes. And if you can't laugh, especially like during hard times, if you don't have laughter, like, we don't have anything. And I think Dave Chappelle said, if they take away our voice to do comedy, that's the truest form of expression.
There's no question.
So
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Do you think we're living in a era where there's a significant amount of people in society that are looking to be offended?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Over all kinds of things. I'm not even targeting certain aspects of offensiveness. I'm saying all kinds of
everything. Why? I don't know. Just because they've seen other people, I guess, take a stand, we'll say, over something, and now they're the face of. No,
so it's an ego thing.
We stand against this. It's like, really?
Who's we?
Of what? Like, there's nothing to even stand up, but now you're just
and
you're just pushing your agenda. I mean,
like
I don't like lava lamps. I can't
Come
believe
on,
I can't.
Man, how are you gonna be in here?
All you electricity he's wasting, and I can't wait to go post about this because I'm trying to get all lava lamps banned.
Come on, man.
So it's
Cut
like
the camera.
just stuff like that. Like, people were just picking like the littlest things. I got all the lava lamps pulled from Walmart. There's no more sold. Like,
it's insane.
Okay,
it's
like,
insane. The whole thing. It's everybody has to have a cause of some kind, and again, it comes back to it's just a grasp at self-importance. People that don't are insecure. I mean, I take this stand too. My kids drive me nuts. I tell my kids, you can't offend me. You may you could say some very harsh things about me, my family, that I will find uncomfortable, but I'll walk away from it. You'll never hear me utter anything to you. No. I'm just not going to address it. It's not worth being offended. Being offended is a time-wasting activity.
You're giving power
to
the source. So, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we all hear and read, but do we have to, like I said, do I have to block you? Because now you know I blocked you because what you said got to me. That's the only reason I blocked you. That's the only reason I blocked you.
That's a very good point.
It's like, oh, I got him. He knows I exist. So I just, no. Keep saying it. I just don't, I just scroll past it. I read it, I go, oh, you're still doing that? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter.
If you ignore them, they go away eventually.
And it's your opinion. You could talk to some people about me, they love me. Some people hate me. Some people say it depends on what day you meet.
That's what everybody.
It's everyone's opinion. So it all depends on what impact you had on their life to your opinion. You talk to some of my exes, they're gonna say I was horrible. Some of them will say I was the greatest boyfriend ever. Give me a call, So it's all who you talk to. It's all their perception of you, and also their perception of you, which was at that time.
Okay.
So if you talk to me a year ago, different mindset.
No question.
2 years, different mindset. So you can't even say, no, he's like this. Well, when did you guys date, or when did he work for you? That was like 5 years ago.
Right.
Oh, okay. Right. Wow, yeah, I'm definitely not going to hire him because you told me, you said he worked for you 5 years ago?
Good point.
I mean, yeah, you could still be the same person.
Right.
But chances are some things have
absolutely
shifted and you've changed.
Well, that goes back to, beating Eddie Murphy over the head for what he said 35 years ago, 40 years ago. I mean, he's come out and said, look, my viewpoints on many social issues have changed dramatically as I've gotten to know my gay and lesbian friends, as I've gotten to know, he said, as I've gotten to know more white people, my bias that I grew up with was, my militant bias faded away. Exactly. Just in general, I hope we're evolving as people. I mean, we have a long way to go in a lot of areas of this country, but I'm saying I hope that we're evolving. Acceptance is one word, but how about even intellectually? We have to make better critical decisions, and I'm not seeing that. And so, another question about social media before we talk about your personal training. Critical thinking, that concept of critical thinking, are you seeing any of it out there, and does any of it exist on social media, or is it just a reposting of articles that, for lack of a better phrase, are probably fake news because they're coming from a slant of one side or the other. It's not real breaking news. It's just an opinion piece wrapped up as news, and people share it as fact.
Yep.
There's no critical thinking in that, right?
There's none. I mean, it's just like having a conversation with someone, and you tell me that XYZ, this lava lamp is made from this. I'm going to believe it, and then I'll be talking with someone and be like, oh, no, I know for a fact that the lava lamps are made from this.
Right.
How do you know that? Well, because you told me.
Right.
But do I know? You made them. Oh, you used to make lava lamps. So, like, it's the same
credibility.
thing. Exactly. So that's why I really don't fall into the news. I mean, because everything's an agenda. Mm-hmm. And just because you say this on the news, oh, that's true. Why?
It used to be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
In the 70s and early 80s, before the CNN thing, Ted Turner created network news, and which it was phenomenal when it first started. But when there was just 3 networks, I think generally speaking, it was more factual because there was less eyeballs on what was going on. Right?
They're all about views now. Radio. I mean, they still work. Yeah, it's entertainment. So people ask me, I really don't watch the news.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just go on social media and hear 80 different sides of whatever happened, and then I can read an article, read another article, and make my own mind. But I don't have to sit there breaking news, all these. I mean, obviously, like news in your hometown and stuff, they show, but like the news that affects the world, I mean, it's all how they want to push whatever network, how they want to push
Absolutely. It's all editorialized.
All it is.
Yeah, and editorials were editorials, 30, 40 years ago before the internet, the proliferation of data. And then the hard news was the hard news. Yeah, you could get a couple hard news reporters that had a certain bent, and they could try to do a little bit of pushing one side or the other, but you didn't see much of that.
No.
I mean, you kind of trusted Walter. You don't remember this, Walter Cronkite, and those guys.
I remember the name. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom. There's Peter Jennings.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you must have been very young.
I remember that. I heard their names.
But they were the face of the news. I'm not saying they were great journalists, but they were the face of it. And you generally America believed on all sides of the political spectrum, that's the news. That's the reality.
Whatever Tom said is.
And again, maybe that wasn't healthy either. I don't know. That's one extreme. But boy, there's so much vitriol on social media now. I don't even know what the facts are. What are facts anymore? It's interpretation, right?
Exactly. I mean, the thing is, like, with all these videos you see, I record a video, I see that one. Oh, they were definitely wrong. Oh, wait, they had a street cam. Oh, the street cam shows. Oh, well, I don't know now, but they posted that video first, so I already made up my opinion before 5, 6,
that happens
6 other videos got leaked. Different angles. So it's like, I got to wait till I see all these videos, and then I'll make my opinion on what I think happened, even though it really doesn't matter, my opinion of what happened, but just us being curious, because it always comes up in conversation. Oh, did you see what happened? Yeah, what do you think about it? Yeah, just normal conversation. It's just interesting to me how perception. It's all perception.
Talk about average black man.
Yeah,
the handle, which is you got that early on, and that's been your Twitter handle, not from day one, right? But that was.
Week 1, I would say.
Week 1.
Probably week 1, yeah.
Okay. And you've tried to get it on other platforms where it's been available.
Yes.
And obviously, it's kind of a broad term there. It's a cool term. It's been co-opted by a couple people. We haven't been able to get it in every instance. But someone reading that, you could get 5 different viewpoints on what that means. What's it really mean? How did that evolve?
And that's what's good for me is I have 5 people coming to my page to see what I'm about from all different backgrounds, just because they have no clue what this page is.
No question.
So to me, it sort of means in society, doing things the quote unquote average black man doesn't do, quote unquote, for society. So like positivity, being a good dad, just all the cliches that you see. Mm-hmm. So it's just trying to break all those stereotypes. So that's why I use my page to do that. Promote positivity, promote family. Mm-hmm. Post a lot about my daughter. Because a lot of African American men aren't really in their daughters' lives based on other circumstances. So I post all those things, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a good dad, or you're such a," like, no, I'm just a person doing what they should do.
You're a good dad.
Exactly. It's not, you're such a good dad. I'm just a dad. I'm not doing anything different that you don't do with your kids. Mm-hmm. But I'll post it, and you're like, oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Because of the stereotype, mm-hmm. that's not how it is in society. For some people, I mean, I know we've come a long way, with those viewpoints, but that's just how I try to portray it. And it is an agenda because, like you said, I have 5 different people going to search my page.
Oh, it's a great marketing concept. It's great. I mean, there's a lot of what you do and how you've managed your social media that I sit back and I shake my head like that. This is really there's thought into it. Whether it evolved, but there were certain points along the evolution that you thought about. This is a good idea. I'm going to keep doing this, or I'm going to change it and I'm going to do this.
It evolves, constantly. Like year after year, it just goes into another direction that I would never even thought of.
Right.
Just because something I said really hit home, and I'm like, okay, I should focus more on things like this.
Okay.
But to me, it's never focusing on what is popular. It's focusing on what's true to me. I mean, I've posted stuff, just fillers, just to post.
Sure.
And it didn't feel right. I mean, yeah, it's a great quote, but I wasn't in the mood to post it, and I didn't feel right posting it, so I'll delete it. Because I have to feel it to post it. Sort of like artists do. Like,
right.
I don't feel this beat. This, like, I have to feel it, and then okay, I'm gonna start writing.
Okay.
I'm gonna start writing, and I mean that's the other misconception is a lot of stuff I post people think I'm going through right now, which is not always the case. If you know me personally, you'll know. Right. And when I throw shots, you know, people would know, like, oh, he's talking about the other night, But more or less, it is stuff that I've thought and or been through or seen my friends go through. Mm-hmm. And then I just feel compelled to share that at a random time.
Yeah. Because
if I went through it, other people may be going through it now, and then it might hit you today. Yeah. Maybe it's what you need to hear.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
And if you tell me you didn't like it, I'm like, well, it wasn't for you then. Mm-hmm. But somebody else told me, wow, I was really thinking about making this change in my life, doing X, Y, Z. This is the encouragement I need. So, okay, it hit that one person.
Right.
So maybe the next thing's for you. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And that's the fun part about it for me is it's all stuff that I've seen, lived, thought. Like I said, maybe not at that time. I'm posting it right now. Maybe it's not what I'm thinking right now.
Right.
But somebody is.
Got it.
So we just can't stop inspiring other people indirectly. And I just think that's a huge, huge thing.
And it seems like from your content that inspiration is like a big, big message for you. Through health and fitness, living well.
Yeah.
But the concept of inspiring seems to be the common thread of your social media. Am I reading that right?
Yes. Inspiration. I really don't like to say the word quotes because I don't really think they're quotes, but they're just thoughts.
Mm-hmm. It's a better word.
Like life hacks.
That's a better word.
Yeah, I don't
life hacks are good too.
I don't like just quote. It's quote.
Yeah.
It's not really a quote to me. Is something,
we've misused the word quote in society.
Like too. Michael Jordan said, like that's a quote to me.
Yeah.
But is it to him a quote?
Right.
So I don't see them as quotes.
Okay.
I just more like life hacks is a good broad.
Sure.
Because I could talk about relationships. I
could
talk about
absolutely
mental health. I could talk about every single thing that's not in a bubble. It's just a life hacks.
Got it.
Little things to get you through the day, get through a situation, over a situation, whether it be training, lifting, eating, your relationship, your job, just everything. It's just a life like you have a calendar and you flip. Oh, let's read what today says. It could have nothing to do with anything, and you're like, oh, that's not really for me. Yeah. Let's go a couple more days. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to use that one for today. So it's just random words put together to make sense to help someone through a situation.
I think it's inspiring. I think your page is extremely inspiring.
Because it inspires me too to stay positive.
Absolutely.
To write the things and post them. So I'm actually helping myself indirectly too as well. Mm-hmm. Probably more I'm helping myself than I am the people that read them, I think.
When did the importance of like physical fitness and then weight training hit you? Were you young?
I mean, growing up, obviously, we all just, my dad got me a bench and some dumbbells in my room, and I would work out and blast music and do push-ups and curls, and it really didn't hit me till I don't know, probably after college, to be honest with you. I really didn't lift in sports because we didn't need to. I was just fast. And endurance-wise, we lifted because the coaches said we had to lift, but it wasn't like, I'm going to the gym today. And then, I mean, it just transpired as a hobby and to ease my mind. And if you look a certain way and you carry yourself a certain way, it shows people that you take care of yourself. Even in job, like if the CEO is fat and out of shape, it's all about a power move.
It's very true.
And it's like, okay, he's very dedicated to his body. Obviously, if we hire him, if he puts half that effort in, he's going to be dedicated to X, Y, Z.
Very good point.
And it opens a lot of doors just because how you look in
Very
general. And it could close a lot of doors too. I mean, I don't make the rules. It's just how it is. But I also love to do it, and I do it whether I've been doing it before social media. I just love to do it.
Right.
And I really don't even post that much of me lifting because it's like my place of peace. But I do every once in a while just to show people, I'm here, and I'll put the time, 5 in the morning. Yeah, I'm working out at 5 in the morning. So it's just to also inspire people, like, oh, he's doing it at 5 in the morning. Oh, I might get up and go run or do something.
Right.
And, like, I'm 34, so a lot of my friends like, how are you staying in some good shape?
You're still young, buddy.
I don't know. I just just do it. Like, you can do it. I work a 9 to 5. I don't got time. Everyone has time.
Everybody has time.
You just don't make time because you don't want to do it.
It's just not important enough to them.
It's not. You can wake up at 5 in the morning.
Right.
I got kids. I got to go home and do less. Okay, you can do push-ups at home. You can do stuff. Like, my daughter's in the gym with me all the time, and she loves the gym. She's starting to do some stuff, which is cool. I'm not pushing her towards it, but she'll just see me doing it, and she'll be like, oh, can you train me? I'm like, sure. Just do some jumping jacks, do some, so she loves being active. And like I said, growing up, we were just active.
Okay.
We were just outside, always playing basketball.
You hear that, kids? Outside.
All the
time.
time.
Man was outside.
And if I can backtrack now, because real quick, you're talking about sports in high school now. When I was in high school, I played 3 sports. Now I know these kids are only allowed to play like 1 or 2.
Insane.
A lot of kids aren't even allowed to do track. I was talking to my track coaches a couple years ago, and I was like, why has no one beat my record yet? Like, they weren't that fast. And they're like, there's like a couple kids on the football team that could beat your record, but they're not allowed to do track. I'm like, why?
Yeah, we become too specialized.
I'm like, it's just conditioning. It's running. Yeah. Like, why not?
Why don't you think? Why do you think we're trending in that direction? Parents?
Yeah, I mean,
parents
every parent, every parent think their kid is going to do it.
Okay.
But it's like, just from my knowledge, a lot of colleges, and they want you to be well-rounded. I'm not saying you have to be an all-star at 3 sports, but you can hold your own in 3 sports. Is like, you won't get picked last if you're playing pickup basketball or pickup football or baseball. You won't get picked last. You'll be like the top 2 picks. But that makes you a better athlete all around. Like, and especially track, it's just conditioning. It's just basketball. I mean, basketball's conditioning too. It's just running. So
they help each other.
They do. Moving, agility. So now when you put on football pads, I'm moving a different way.
No question, man.
So I don't know why they're not allowed to.
I don't either.
I really don't. But that's all I want to say.
That's been happening for a long time. And that's been, and I
just found out about this like a couple years ago. I didn't even know because I really don't follow high school sports anymore. But I'm like, what do you mean they're not? Right? If I could play baseball too, I would have played baseball, but it's the same thing as track.
It's really happening in the bigger schools. Your AAA quad and 5A here in Southwestern PA, where they specialize everything. And and now your smaller schools, because there's not enough kids, they tend to pull from, which I think is better. It's definitely better.
Well, yeah, and the programs are suffering because if I just play football, and I'm really, really good at basketball, now the basketball team's not as good because I'm never allowed to play basketball, even though after football, we play pickup at your house all together, and you're like, dude, if you were on the team, like, we'd be so. I'm not allowed.
Yeah,
it's like, what?
Yeah, we had 3. We went to a Class A school here, Cornell, right up the street.
Okay, yeah.
And in the 80s, we had 3. Some of my very good friends were 3-letter sports. I mean, they basketball, baseball, and football, and we needed them.
Yeah,
the school was small enough, but we had to have them. I don't think I think it all served them well too.
I mean, I do agree. Maybe your senior year, you're more towards football. Dialed down. Like, cause I graduated with Walker, so he didn't play basketball his senior year,
right?
Because he wanted to focus on baseball,
right?
So I agree stuff like that, but like all the way up, just do whatever because you never know. Like didn't really get good at football until like well after college.
Okay.
Like where I was like, wow.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was athletic, but it never really hit me because some people, mature at different levels.
Yeah.
But not playing all those sports would have just put you in a box.
What position did you play?
I played free safety.
Free safety.
Yeah.
I guess love to hit that.
I love to hit. So I tore my shoulder, but it was fun. But just have your kids be active. Like
Okay.
I see what you're saying because my senior year we played in the state championship game, and we missed a lot of the basketball season.
Got it.
And 4 of the 5 starters played football.
Yeah. There's
So
overlap.
So I felt really bad because the one kid, all we did was basketball. All we did.
Got it.
So we're sitting in the stands watching. I'm like, this is just crazy to me. But I understand stuff like that. But
Right.
I mean, that just shows you 4 out of our 5 starters played football.
Yeah. What led you to personal training? Like, what's your background there?
I really don't. That's a hard question. I mean, I just personally like to do it. And I was the kid at the gym, go to the biggest guy, like, oh my God, what do you do? And he was like, hey, come work out with me, I'll show you. I was like, oh, cool. So I just started embracing that because a lot of kids are asking me, oh, you're big. What do you do? I'm like, come work out with me. So it never was like work to me. It was like, I'm just trying to help because someone helped me.
And you enjoyed sharing.
Yeah, someone helped me. He didn't have to let me you coming at 10 tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be here at 10. I'll have my dad drop me off 10 o'clock, right? And then he'd call me, where you at? I'm like, what? This person doesn't even know me. Why does he care if I'm here or not?
Yeah.
So now I'm that because I'm like, I'm going to live regardless. It'd be nice to have someone shed some knowledge.
Sure.
And then it just transpired. Like everything I've done has not had a plan. I've never had a set.
It's awesome.
I want to do this.
Mm.
I want to do this. It's evolved and maybe taking a hard left or a hard right to that. And then I just run with it.
Okay.
Because everything that I'm running with now does not feel like work to me, does not feel like a job to me. It just feels natural. And I think, a lot of people like talk about retirement, and I say you're retired when you're doing what you want to. You're retired when you're doing what you love to do.
Amen.
I say I'm retired right now. I love to do it. I can block off my day and come sit and talk to you for 5 hours.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah. Right on.
I don't have to miss any of my daughter's events. I can do it. I don't have to call off work. I don't have to put a request in.
Right. Right.
Are you free next week? I mean, just let me know in advance, and I can. So to me, that's retired, where you can actually do what you love to do, and also make money at it. But the more important thing is to do what you love to do.
Are you
have
happy?
Time. I am happy. Yeah.
And how you're spending your time is it making you happy?
It is.
Yeah.
There's slow days, but it's like you can do other things. Like I'm helping my dad a lot more. I'm doing just a lot more things I never used to do because you're stuck at a 9 to 5 and you can't leave that location to do things. Go and get an oil change at 1 o'clock and
Amen.
Just little stuff like that.
Amen.
Like, doctor's appointment. What time? Hey, you tell me what goods, doctor. I'm pretty open to that.
The joy of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. It's
flexible schedule.
But it's just that freedom is very, very nice.
And it's hard. It's funny. I've often found that you can share that concept of that freedom with those who are still working 9 to 5, and they think it sounds amazing, but it's not enough to compel most to try to go do something because it's in them. I think it's in most people.
It's in everybody.
There's ideas to explore and try to create a different kind of life, but there's a big amount of human fear there. Would you not agree?
I mean, here's the thing. It has to work. I think Will Smith said there's no point to have a plan B. It just takes away from plan A.
Absolutely right.
So what 100%. If it doesn't work? I don't even know what do you mean? What if it doesn't work?
Yeah, it's going to work. No matter how many times I have to change my processes, it's going to work.
But that's the thing. People think work means like, well, it's been like 6 months. Okay, it's not on a time frame. I don't know. It could be 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it will happen because you keep chipping away every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Mm-hmm. Like if I just come in here every day and I punched a wall once, eventually my hand's going to go through your wall. Not going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
Probably not going to happen in 2 years. But people stop punching walls.
No doubt.
Because they're tired.
No question.
I'm not getting anywhere.
And it may hurt a little bit.
Oh, I saw a crack. I got a crack today. Now you just got the push you need to keep going another 2 years maybe. But people don't do that.
Attention span shorter now, do you think? Why is there less drive?
Complacency.
Because life's too easy? We have too much technology to entertain us. We've got big screen TVs and We have too much around us to make life comfortable and quote unquote fun. There's video games you can play on big televisions for these kids. I don't know. I'm grasping at ideas.
I mean, yeah, that's a hard. I mean, it's just. I mean, I grew up, in the early '90s. Let's say I was born in '85, but I personally, my dad's a hard worker, always just grinding, and I think I got that from my dad. So, a lot of people nowadays don't have that hard, worker. Like my dad worked the same job for 44 years. So to me, it's just like, that's a long time to do any job. That's a long time for me to be a trainer. Like that's a long time. So it's like, it just shows that you can grind and do something, like that whole steelworker mentality.
Right.
It's like physically they're beating themselves up, but then they're also working on another craft.
Right.
They're not trying to be a steelworker the whole time.
Right.
But now they're just wired different. And you can't stop someone that is wired. Like I just put a 12-hour shift in.
Exciting, though.
And now I'm going home and building a car. Like,
yeah, it's exciting.
It's that kind of mindset I have. It's like, what's next? Let's go. Let's go. I'm not just like, I put my 9 to 5 and I'm good.
And that complacency is a big thing. I'm gonna go. I deserve that beer in the refrigerator, or a case, or a half a case.
I earned it.
And I earned time sitting in my lazy boy, watching my favorite television shows.
Exactly.
If that's all you want out of life, it's okay. I mean, you can do it. I mean, and you did work hard for 8 hours. If you feel you deserve it, God bless you.
No, that's a long time. I mean,
but for me, I get it, my friend. It's that entrepreneurial thing, and it's either in there and in here, or it's not.
I mean, just looking back at just if you look back at your life, it's like I've always had that mindset of question authority, question why. This can be done this way.
Right.
I'm not saying that I have the brains to maybe do something.
Build a lava lamp.
Yeah, but I always just look at stuff, and I'm just like, there has to be a better way to, but it's always been me. It's like, just question authority. Why? Because that's how it is.
Right.
No, why is it how it is?
I get it.
Because you told me it is?
Always question everything.
No.
Believe nothing, question everything. Yeah. I mean,
and it's like I just go with the flow. I mean, it's gonna no matter how much you try to do something, if it's not in your card, it's not in your cards. Mm-hmm. And once you realize that, it's gonna help you realize a lot of other things and go in the directions that you should. You can keep forcing it.
They quit after their first rejection.
Exactly.
Not rejection, but they quit after their first. It is a rejection when it's just not in your cards. Yeah. Some people take it personally, and they consider that failure so heavy that it just can't keep going.
My high school basketball coach, Dave DeGorio, when you yell at me, I shut down. So he would always yell at me, and I'm like, well, take me out the game then. If you don't like what I'm doing, take me out. And then finally he told me, when I stop yelling at you is when I give it up on you, because he saw so much potential.
Right.
But me being the person I am, I just don't. Parents yell at me. Anyone yells, I shut down.
Yeah, didn't react.
And I'm like, fine, I'll just sit here. I don't care. Like, if we lose, I wasn't in the game. So it's like,
right.
And then I realized that, he saw a lot and expected more,
right.
Which is why he was on me more. I'm like, why aren't you on him? He's not doing anything all practice. But it's just kept pushing me. So, rejection is good. I mean, my whole life have been rejected. Mm-hmm. Now that I think about it, just even, I guess everything stemmed from sports. Just being rejected. Oh, so-and-so is a senior next year, so you're not going to start. Okay, we'll see. What happens? I start over the senior. Like, to me, that stuff just fuels me.
It's fuel.
Like, I'm going to be a senior next year, so you're not going to start. All right. We'll see. Because the coach is going to play the best person. I don't care if you're a senior or not.
So the more someone tells you can't do something, you're going to do it.
Yeah. I don't know, like I said, when it's going to happen.
Right.
But before I'll die, hey, remember? You said this, I did it.
I love that.
And then I'm just good with it. It's not calling you to brag. It's just, I said I was going to do it, and I'm just a man of my word.
It's just a conversation. I said I was going to do it. I did it.
It's going to happen.
And now you know.
Yep, now you know. Who was that? Who was that, honey? Wow, he actually did it. Man. And it makes them think now, and then maybe it's going to make them try something that they wanted to do. So, I mean, it's all about how you go about it. But that's just like, if you tell me, like, I'll figure it out. I will figure out how to do this.
Right.
Like I said, I can't tell you a timeline. Okay. But, hopefully within 5 years, 3, but, it will happen.
So you were a quote-unquote personal trainer at one of the larger gyms, right? Was that your first kind of formal introduction into being a trainer?
Well, at the larger gyms, I actually ran the training department.
Okay.
So I didn't train you. But I would like give you an assessment.
Okay.
And then I would pitch training to you.
Oh, you were a salesman. He was a salesman.
Exactly. Which I don't even like selling stuff. So honestly, well, I mean, I did sell a lot, but the higher ups did not really like the way I did things because I don't care if you buy or not. It's like, you know, if you need it, you know, if you can afford it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, you can't afford it because no.
Right.
So they always say, ask for it. I never ask for the sale. And I'm like, all right, you can go. They're like, you're not going to try to sell me? I'm like,
if you don't want it, you don't want it.
I laid it out to you. You already know. I mean,
you made your decision.
They're like, oh. And they would walk away. And they're like, oh, when they walk away from the desk, they're 10 times likely not to come back. Guess who calls tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is Alex in? Who was that?
The way you handled it.
That was the guy from yesterday. I mean, it's just, everyone's trying to sell someone something. So I'm like, especially like with your health. Like, I could tell you all the benefits, but you know them.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it, you're going to do it. You're not going to do it because I said one little thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's just finding, what I like to do is find people's whys. So I have a lot of clients, you know, I want to lose 50 pounds. Why? Oh, because I'm fat. All right, well, we know that, but why do you want to lose 50 pounds? What do you mean why? Because I'm fat. Okay, so what's significant about the number 50? Like, I keep going. It makes some people uncomfortable. They're like, well, look at me. I am. Okay, so why 50 again? Why not 40? Well, 50 was what I weighed before I got married. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Right.
You got an anniversary coming up? What you got going on? Oh, yeah, it's actually our 30th. Oh, nice. What, you guys going on a trip? Yeah, I'm trying to get ready. Like, just because you throw a number, 20 pounds, why? Did the doctor tell you you should lose 20 pounds for health reasons? Like, why?
You're trying to get to the reason.
Exactly. So to me, it's, yeah, I could put you through a great workout, but I want it to be more of, I'm a friend and I'm actually trying to change your life.
Got it.
Not just work you out. All right, well, you got to hurry up. I got another one coming in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, no, I know all my clients. I know about their kids. I know about their problems.
Right.
You know, you're a therapist indirectly. And once you can tap into that and find someone's why, you can push them so much harder.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, remember that? Yeah. Oh, I want to fit in these pants. Bring the pants down to the gym. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Just bring them down. We're going to try them on once a week. Oh, wow, look, they're getting a little better and better. Now you can physically see something. It's just putting basically a name to something or a face to something is how I like to do training. I'm not just doing this cookie cutter workouts where you come and then another guy your same age comes, but you guys are friends. Oh, you said the same thing? No. We did something completely different. Oh, I did this. And it's all like,
so it's all tailored to the individual.
Exactly. I mean, I really don't do any marketing for my business per se. I mean, yeah, I got the Facebook page and the website so people can go book sessions, but it's just me posting me in the gym, me posting clients and word of mouth. And I think that's how you get a good base of clients. Because if you come to me and want me to be your trainer, I don't have to be your trainer. I can say no.
Right. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's beautiful. And then what happens when you tell someone no?
They want to know why.
They want to know why. And they feel like we were talking about before. People feel not obligated.
Entitled.
Entitled. Yes. No, I'm not going to train you. Well, how much is so-and-so paying? I'll pay double. No.
It isn't about the money.
No. Really? I'll pay triple. No. Triple?
Triple gets you thinking.
No. You know, so
that's
it's
a tough
just
no.
But it's just like that because I want my business and my clients to feel that it's just not, oh, he's a trainer.
Okay.
No. Everyone does not train with me.
Right. That's good.
Because the main reason is you're my billboard.
Got it. Oh, no question. No question. No doubt about it.
Because what are you going to say? You're going to go home, oh, honey, I got a trainer. Okay, cool. 2 months go by. You told everyone you had a trainer now because, you know, that's what people do.
Right.
So now, I thought you had a trainer. What, Alex, right? It's just going well, right? So then now, I already shut myself off just because of you.
Absolutely.
Because you weren't ready, and I knew that when I talked to you, and I knew that you weren't going to commit. Mm-hmm. But now I have this one client that just said, oh, I mean, yeah, I trained with him, but...
Yes, that's a bad investment for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd rather lose you as a potential client when you're not... I told people, you're not ready.
Yeah.
Well, when am I... You're not ready.
Got it.
I'm not going to risk my reputation.
No, that's your advertise. That's your marketing.
Me training you 5 days a week and you going home eating shit.
Right.
Sorry, because then you're going to blame me.
Of course, you always blame the trainer, man. You blame the gym, you blame the trainer.
The hours, I could never. No, you canceled. I'll show everybody all the cancels and texts that you showed me. So it's like, so that's why I just like it's more for the right reasons.
Okay, so you have a mantra which is pray, focus, grind.
Yes.
And I've seen it on sweatshirts, T-shirts. I've seen it incorporated in your social media, and you have now. And I don't want to call it a gym. I don't want to call it a studio, but you do your personal training at your facility.
Correct.
Am I right?
Yes.
Which is pray, focus, grind.
Yep.
So what's the concept there?
So it is a private personal training facility, studio based. So you would come in, it would just be me and you one-on-one. Okay. The reason why, I mean, I do some groups, but I would like to have one-on-one so you feel more comfortable. You can be more of yourself. A lot of people are judged in the gym. They always feel someone's looking at them. Mm-hmm. They can't really be themselves. So in my facility, it's just me and you. You're more relaxed, and I'm more relaxed. And like I said, I get to know you more. And actually, we're going to have a better workout than you go into the gym. So it's basically that you have your own private gym.
Huh.
Is how my facility works.
Okay.
And not just there. It's basically like I come to your house to train you. Is the feel that I want to get in my facility.
Yeah, and I've seen the photos, and you've done a lot of work there too. Did you do that work?
I did everything.
You did everything.
I did everything.
Yeah, I like the theme. I think I love black walls, black tile. It's like
all matte black. Yeah, I actually just painted the ceilings.
Very cool.
Black. I was staring at it during quarantine. I'm like, I'm gonna go buy paint. And paint's decently cheap now, and I painted. But I wanted to make it look different because like I said, social media, everyone's posting. You see pictures from LA Fitness and all these places. You know where it is. Oh, that's LA Fitness. Right. So I want my picture to be like, where's that at? I know he's in Pittsburgh, but I've never seen. And then you want to search and try to find out what it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm all about just bringing attention to it. But it's basically like you have a personal trainer that comes to your house. Is the feel that I want to give out at my facility.
Wow.
Like you can play your own music if you want.
Okay.
I don't care what you put on.
Okay.
I'm there all day. I listen to the same stuff. Please put something else on. Like I don't really care. I listen to country. I don't care. Like I've listened to everything. I've maxed out on my Pandora skips. So it's nice to me, and you feel more comfortable. I mean, what place can you go to play your own music or something?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you listen to.
So it's extremely client centric then. I mean, it's like the whole place is just geared around with the comfort of the client.
The comfort of the client, and like I said, you could come in the day and like today's legs, we'll say, or something, and you're like, I'm not really feeling legs. All right, well, we're not going to do legs.
Change it up.
Yeah. A lot of trainers are just like, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Why would I make you do something if you don't feel like doing it? Mentally, you don't feel like doing it. Your body's not going to feel like doing it, which is going to cause a greater chance of an injury because you don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've gone to the gym today. Oh, today's leg day. I do a couple squats. I'm not really feeling it today. So I'll just do, I don't know, maybe back.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, oh, it's feeling good today. I'll do it. So whenever you feel good doing something, just go. I mean, why? Just because today is supposed to be leg day, I have to do legs today.
Right. Don't be rigid for the sake of being rigid.
No. It's like, are you getting ready for something? Are you competing for something? No. You don't have to do this workout today. You can do it tomorrow. Just switch the days. Switch Friday with today. Like, you're still going to work out.
Right.
But if something's tight, maybe you were doing yard work and, my shoulders are tight. Like, well, don't do it then.
Right.
It's just very simple. But society, it's just XYZ. No, this is my split. I have to do Wednesday leg. I don't know why Wednesday's leg day. But it's like, Wednesday I have to do legs.
Uh-huh.
Why? I love that.
You do like that word, don't you?
But no one has an answer for that. Why do you have to do this today?
Yeah. Good question.
They don't.
And you should be questioning it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I want to make people think, and my whole goal is to teach you enough that you don't need me. I'd love to keep you as a client if you want to keep going, after we've hit your goals, but I want you to be able to go do it on your own.
How about that?
So when you go on vacation, you can go to the hotel gym and you can feel comfortable using the machines, using the weights. You can put together your own workout. Right. Is what I'm trying to teach. If you want to keep coming to me year after year, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But I want to teach you enough. Mm-hmm. So it's more teaching, not just a lot of just give it a little taste. So now you're slowing your progress because I want to keep you on to keep you paying.
Yeah. Talk about the commercial gym thing because I don't go to them. I think I belonged to one 20 years ago for like a month.
Yeah.
It wasn't an embarrassing thing for me, really, but I will tell you, I was always more comfortable walking on my own treadmill at home, or working out with a friend, going running, going jogging, walking.
Yeah.
That personal one-on-one communication, there's something to that, I think, as opposed to just being, I don't know, shuttled in like cattle and just going at it. Yeah. And there's also a lot of apprehension people have in this country too, with their weight and everything that's associated with it. Am I right?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I see it. I mean, I still go to a lot of other gyms too, even though I have a facility, just to switch it up for me personally. But right. Like I said, a lot of people just feel uncomfortable. I mean, sometimes I feel uncomfortable, in gyms. I'm very self-conscious of, just how I look and just everything. So I can't even imagine how some other people think. They look at you, oh, you look great. No, I can work on this. Like,
we're our toughest critic.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm like, no, I cut the carbs down. No. But so, and that what, a lot of these people, they never get over that, and then they never make change.
Okay.
So I would join a gym, they join like Curbs, and then all the Curbs shut down. So where do all the people go that used to go to Curbs? Where do all those women go? Now they're trying to do maybe online classes or stuff like that. So I want my place to be a safe haven.
Right.
I mean, I have clients that are coming to me from after surgery, and then I have clients that we go hard with. So it's the whole spectrum is what I love to train, because it's different. Maybe you're coming in, we're blasting music, you're going hard. The next client, it's more of a rehab workout to me, because some people can't afford rehab after they get the designated how many visits they get. Mm-hmm. But now you can come to me and we can continue to do the stuff that you used to do there and slowly add and build.
Right.
So it's just things we take for granted. I mean, I have one client, and like she lets me post her because I'm very proud of her. And just a normal riser, she had a hard time stepping up on it with her right side. Now she can step on with it raised.
Right on.
It's like the little things.
Yeah.
It's a hard time going upstairs, and now she's able to go upstairs. So it's all not just, get you in shape, get you shredded. The picture, how society has a trainer portrayed. Mm-hmm. It's like, no. Like, I help someone be able to go up the stairs, be able to get on the bus now. They don't have to lower the bus for them to get on.
Got it.
So to me, that's a lot better than me teaching you how to bench 500 pounds.
Right.
Nor is my facility, I can, but that's not what I want to do.
So you're looking for maximum impact in their life where they need it.
Exactly. I mean, that's why, I do take on athletes. I will. I just haven't got any yet. Because a lot of parents, like you said, my kid's the best. My kid's the best.
Yeah. Do you even want that aggravation?
I really don't. I mean, the kid that wants to work, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, nowadays, these school programs are so good.
Yeah.
You don't even need, unless you're already projected D1, then yeah, you're going to go to a specialist. But like I said, average American that wants to change their life. Mm-hmm. Maybe not necessarily their weight, but just change their life, their lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Maybe just be active to, we're supposed to go to Colorado and go on a hike. I won't be able to make the hike. Train someone like that, not just, I'm going to get ready for a marathon. Train someone like that.
Again, finding the why.
Exactly. Just different. And that's what keeps me guessing and learning more.
Okay.
Because, I know a little bit about this. I don't know enough, but I will research it. So now I find out more information on how to train someone that wants to get ready for a hike to Colorado.
Okay.
It's completely different.
Okay.
We're just going to lift. It's just changing your whole life. So those are the people that I like to help, and people that I'm trying to reach, and the clients that I get the most joy out of.
We're so confused in this country in regards to nutrition. Mm-hmm. Would you not agree?
Yes.
And it's moderate carbs, no carbs. Meat, no meat. Dairy, no dairy. So I want to ask you, what do you, for yourself, what do you do, and knowing that it's just your thing and your opinion, but how do you try to answer that question when one of your clients says, okay, tell me what to eat? Because I'm sure people ask you that.
They do.
Tell me what to eat.
So the thing
Can you tell them what to eat?
I really can't. It's all trial and error. I can tell you eat X, Y, Z. You could get results, you could not. It's all trial and error. I mean, there's so many variables. Your metabolism, there's so much.
Right.
And I'm not a registered dietitian.
Right.
So I can't even really tell you. I can tell you, oh yeah, replace this rice with this rice. Try lowering your carbs. General things. But even with me, it's trial and error. So me, I try to get a lot of carbs in, but that works for me.
Got it.
If you want to look like me, and what do you eat? It doesn't matter what I eat. You're completely different. I eat burgers every day. No, you don't. Yes, I do.
Hey, you're a burger fanatic, aren't
I love it. Yeah, I eat burgers every day. Well, not every day, but I'm not like, oh, it was a cheat day. No, it's just because.
We've conditioned ourselves in this country. We're so.
It's like it's a cheat day. Like I'm sitting there at the restaurant eating a burger. They're like, "Is it cheat day?" I'm like, "What?"
That's just silly.
I was just hungry. I had a hard lit. Like,
right.
I mean, obviously,
do you watch calories?
No.
Do you watch carbohydrates?
No.
So you're very in tune with your own personal metabolism then.
Yeah. I mean, I used to when I competed and I did a show. I did all that.
Get shredded.
I can do all that. I didn't like it, but I was so in tune with it that I can look at it, like that's probably like 40, 50 carbs. Like I can.
Got it.
I don't have to physically scan and label.
Right.
I can just magic, kind of see. So to me, it's like I really only eat like breakfast, which like today I had like 8 eggs and I had a blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts, and then I worked out today before I came here. So they're like, "Oh, you had a blueberry muffin?" Yeah, but I used that energy, that carbs, that 40 to 50 carbs for my workout, and I haven't ate yet. So after I leave here, I'll probably eat, get something, and that's it. I don't eat the 5 meals a day.
Yeah,
I don't eat if I'm not hungry.
Right.
There's no reason to.
And Americans eat out of boredom.
Yeah, exactly. I don't snack at all. I've never been a snacker. I'm not a sweets. Maybe it's like some Twizzlers or Starburst, but that's not stuff you like.
Yeah.
Just keep popping. Pretzels are here. I'm not going to just keep eating.
Do you believe in liquid protein, like doing protein shakes?
I do. That? Yeah, I take protein after I work out all the time. My protein has a carbohydrates in it too as well.
Okay. To
help with my glycogen levels.
Okay.
So my shake has about 100 carbs in it after I work out. So
okay.
So the key is, I'm just trying to keep on size and maintain. So the key is I'll eat my meal, and then after my meal I'll chug my shake, and I'm full for like the rest of the day.
Got it.
People that drink their shake when they get in the car from the gym, now you're not going to want to eat.
Right.
I'd rather you eat your vitamins and your nutrition, not nutrition, but you know what I'm talking about. But
if someone's overweight, let's say someone comes to you needs at least 50 pounds, and they look, and you get to you find the why, and they say, "Can you start me on something? Can you give me some advice on how to construct my diet?" What would you say?
What are you doing now? And then
always comes back to that.
I would take to what you're doing now and throw in, well, instead of, I never tell people don't and you can't. Don't eat that. I said, well, instead of eating a whole pizza, why don't you just eat like 2 slices?
Right. So moderation.
Oh, I'm allowed to eat pizza?
Moderation.
Yeah. I'm never going to tell you not to eat pizza.
Yeah.
I eat pizza.
Yeah.
And then when you tell someone they can't do something, what are they going to do? They're going to do it anyways. So
they're going to binge on it after you haven't had it for a month.
Yeah, just don't have the whole pizza. Order the small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then also, through our workouts, now that small pizza is detrimental to what you're trying to do.
No question.
So you figure that out on your own.
Right.
Because I've told you that, like I said, no, not a large pizza every night. Just try a small, see how that works.
Got it.
And then now you get a little more results just from that large to a small cut. The calories and carbs.
Right.
Now you're like, do I really need? Maybe I'll just eat 2. A small pizza is going to last me a week now. Like, you can still enjoy life. I mean, if you can, there's so much good food out there. There's so much good food.
There's no question.
So,
especially in this town.
So, I mean, to tell you can't. I mean, it's just moderate. I mean, my opinion, it's carbs, your carb intake. So obviously, if you're not going to work out today, you don't need to have a lot of carbs.
Got it.
Look at carbs as energy.
Right.
Do I want to have a pizza? You want to go get a pizza tonight? Like, I look at carbs as energy. So do I want to have a coffee at 8 p.m.? No. I don't need a coffee at 8 p.m. So I don't need to go have pizza at 8 p.m.
Got it.
It's how I look at it.
Eat carbs before workout, right?
Yeah, you use them. I think Sylvester Stallone was talking about how he eats all his junk food in the morning because he has all day to burn it off. He doesn't really eat it the rest of the day. But it's just everything in moderation, and everybody's body is different.
Right.
Metabolism, genetics, it's so different. I mean, I was the kid that was like, "What do you eat?" All right, I need tuna, I need chicken breast, I need rice.
Right.
Wow.
That sounds. Wait, let me see. Rice, grilled chicken or skinless chicken and tuna sounds like you're preparing for a show.
Yeah. Asparagus, broccoli.
Right.
Oh, that's so boring.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dash salt, seasoning, low in sodium.
Right.
But it's like, these are average Americans.
Yeah.
That are still going to grill out in the summer. That are still going to go to sporting events and eat.
And they're still going to ride through and get McDonald's.
Exactly. They're still going to. I mean, I do every once in a while, and now I get sick after I do it just because it tastes good, but then I'm just having all that grease in my system.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like the stove's hot. Well, how hot is it? And you touch it, now you don't do it again.
Right.
So it's sort of, you have to try trial and error for yourself.
Understood.
I'm not going to tell you don't go to McDonald's, but you know how you feel.
Well, you're obviously a burger enthusiast, right? So tell me the best burgers in town. Alex Simmons says the best burgers I've tried in town are, besides your own grill. There's
2 places that I personally like the burgers.
Okay.
I like a place called Dive Bar and Grill.
Where's that at?
The first one was in Wexford. There's one in the south side now, in Lawrenceville. I think they're building another one out north.
Okay.
But I just like their burgers there. They're big. Their buns are soft. I also like Stack's Burgers. I frequent there a lot.
All right.
And Hello Bistro.
Okay.
When I want a really healthier burger, because I love Hello Bistro's burgers because they're not greasy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel weighed down after I eat it. And they have their fries are like the potato patch fries, like the fresh cut ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I get them with no salt because sometimes they put too much salt on.
Yeah.
This person has a heavy hand, and I'm like, you really eat stuff like this?
A lot of salt.
I like salt, but I'm like, I'll just say no salt just to. But
we salt everything in this country, don't we? Salt.
And I can taste it because I really don't cook with salt.
Right.
And I can just taste it. I'm like, no. But I mean, I love those kind of places. I do need to venture out a little more downtown and try some of these hole in the wall burger places. And
you tried any places where there's not alternative meats? I don't mean fake meat. I mean like an elk burger. Have you ever had an elk burger?
I had an elk burger. Burgatory. Mm-hmm. I tried that.
Bison burger.
Yep, I tried their the Beyond Burger. Did not like that.
What fake stuff?
Did not like that. That did not sit well.
It's too salty for
at
me.
all.
They're all salty.
It just crumbled apart when I was trying to eat it, and they had
a lot of soy in those things too.
Heme in it to give it the blood look, and just did not sit well. I mean, it wasn't bad tasting, but it just didn't sit well. But I love the elk, bison. Even you try doing like Burgatory. You can do like the chicken, but actually make the burger. So it's good to have options.
Ground chicken, ground turkey.
It's good to have options.
Yeah, no question.
It's good to have options.
And try something different too.
It is. I mean, you got to trial and error, and some places like those hole in the wall places, they give you a huge burger.
Yeah, of course.
I can't even eat the whole thing. I'm like, and it's like $10, but then you go and get a specialized burger, it's like $17.
I know.
It's like, for what?
I know.
And then my personal opinion is a place that calls themselves a burger place that does not serve fries with their burger, I cannot trust.
You have to have fries.
Fries are extra. Okay. Well, we come with chips. Burger and chips. This isn't England.
Yeah, it's not London.
What are you talking about? Yeah, fries are extra. How are fries extra?
Yeah.
So I don't trust any place that says they're a burger place that you don't get a burger and fries.
Okay, fair enough. You cook?
I do. Just really basic. A lot of eggs and fish.
Okay.
I really don't cook burgers and things at home.
You don't grill your own burger?
No.
It's almost sacrilegious for you, probably.
I know. No. It's a lot of fish, a lot of salmon. I like tilapia. A lot of people say it's not really good for you, but I like it. Yeah. It's cheap for the amount that I'm eating.
There isn't a lot, right? Isn't it real thin?
It's really thin. Well, I mean, for the cost. Versus salmon. Obviously, I would eat salmon 3 times a day.
Yeah.
But who's paying that?
Right.
So
right.
I fill it with tilapia, but I personally like the taste of it.
Yeah, tilapia is very tasty.
I do. I use Old Bay, a little bit of Old Bay, and I'm good to go. I mean, I can get I think it's a pound, maybe 2 pounds from Aldi's for like $6.
Right on.
That's a whole day eating.
Yep.
Rather than me buying one salmon for $6.
Got it.
So I'm all about if it tastes good to me in the quantity, because of how much I do eat when I'm in these moods to bulk or do whatever. So and just never left from playing sports. Just eating spaghetti at night before a game, and so it's always just go. But I'm slowly eating when I need to now, and just trying to be just more health conscious, and just I'm not hungry, don't eat. You're not starving yourself. I'm
Yeah.
not starving myself. I want to eat, I can, but
Right.
do I really need to go? No, I don't. Maybe I'll make have some eggs at home. Like
We're
eggs are
so
the easiest
undisciplined
thing.
in this country, though, for food. Why is
Oh,
that?
yeah.
How'd that happen? I
mean,
mean,
we're
there's a lot of additives in our foods now, too, right?
I mean, I saw a picture on, I think it was Facebook, of different lunches around the world. I think high school or middle school lunches. And just look at ours compared to, Italy and all these other countries.
Mm-hmm.
America is number one obese.
No question.
Pittsburgh is number one obese cities.
How about that?
So why that is, I don't know.
Pierogies.
A lot of people say because it's
Permanentes.
Permanentes is good. Yeah. Well, because it's gloomy. It's dark.
Yeah.
People aren't out and about being active.
Right.
Unless you live.
To make gray skies.
Yeah. I mean,
Days
unless you
of gray
live
sky.
downtown,
Right.
Southside, Lawrenceville, Millville, like East Liberties, things like that, you're not really walking around and
Right.
going places. Like
Right.
other cities, you're biking, you're walking because you can.
Right.
I mean, down here in Portray, yeah, you can, but it's just very small area. Everywhere else you have to drive to. You have to drive to. So, doesn't help. But,
No, it doesn't.
in the gloomy and just,
Yeah, we're indoors a lot in this.
Indoors
We're
a lot.
indoors a lot in Pittsburgh.
it's like, what are you doing today? It's 90 and sunny. And everyone like freaks out. Like okay, you're not going to be outside today? I'm like, I was outside yesterday. Like, I don't know. I guess like everything's packed that's outside when it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's just like funny to me because it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
You're like myself, born and raised here and lived in this area. You lived in Pittsburgh your entire life, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
So, but you traveled a lot, I'm guessing, too?
a little bit. Yeah, I actually used to live down. I used to live down in Neville for a little bit.
Oh, get out, really?
I actually always used to eat. Talk about food at Anthony's.
Anthony Jr.
Back in the day, they had like $5 pizzas on Tuesdays, and I would always go there and
I
get
mean,
a $5.
it's like couple down.
Right
Okay,
down
yeah.
there. I always used to get their pizza
Oh,
back
right
in the
on.
day because it was like $5.
Right on.
And yeah, so I was
Fair
down
enough.
in this strip. I mean,
Fair enough.
That's about the only place I went. In that market, grocery store, they had good meats there.
Yeah, the cash market?
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. They have excellent meats.
they do.
There you go. Small world.
See, I like hole in the wall places.
Nothing wrong with that. So when you travel, though, because I would travel and come back, and not that every place I went was spectacular, but the weather in most places I went was way better than this.
So much better.
Yeah, and it's hard to come back to gray skies.
It is. But then, I mean, also we appreciate it when it is.
Those
But
3 days a year we get a
Yes.
blue sky.
What, the last couple of days were all very nice.
Yeah, they were.
And everything
They
shut
were.
down.
It's all shut down. And I think Pittsburghers complain a lot about humidity because we do get a
is.
lot of humidity in this valley. We
Yeah,
do.
It is. It's rough. But I mean, if you go to other places, you don't even really notice that it's nice all the time because you're just on vacation and it should
Little
be
snapshot.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute, all week it was nice. Wow. You don't realize that until you go home and it's like, oh, Wednesday. You want to try to play basketball outside on Wednesday? It's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to be-
Right.
Wednesday is
That's
a good
exactly
day.
right.
I'm gonna cut the grass on Wednesday. So
Even in being a baseball family, just scheduling kids' baseball games is always tough because there's always at least one or two rainy
All
days
the
each
time.
week, right?
Yep.
It has to be.
But the good thing about it is, like, even playing basketball, it's raining here in Corey. It's not raining in North Park.
I know. That's exactly right.
I'm like, are you going to play basketball? I'm like, it's raining. It's not raining here. I'm like, what are you? I'm looking out the window right now. It's pouring down rain.
Yeah, wait 10 minutes, it would be done.
And then it will dry up.
That's
So
exactly
we'll just
right.
play in like an hour. It'll be dry. Like, what do you mean it'll be dry? Like, it'll dry up.
My friend, this was great.
I loved it.
I cannot thank you enough. I was looking forward to this one, and I'm glad you accepted the invitation. I wasn't sure you were going to.
I
'cause
appreciate that
I never heard you talk on social media, but you're a natural. You're a natural behind the mic. You're very articulate, and you're really concise in your thoughts. I mean, this is a medium for you, pal.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I hope to have you back.
I will be back. Yep.
Promise?
Definitely.
All right. Friends, Alex Simmons, and they can reach you on your platform. It's at Average Black Man.
Correct.
And where else can they reach you? Obviously, well, hold on a second. I'm going to get this right. Pray, Focus, Grind.
Yes.
That is the name of the gym.
Correct.
And the name of your movement as well, too.
Yep. The website, all that stuff. Yep.
Connect with him on Instagram. He's big. Twitter, he's massive. If you can't find the guy, you're not looking. Just Google. Just Google him. All right? I appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, friends. We are out. you think, man?
I loved it.